Hey there, I'm Patty Dominguez. Thank you for checking out this video. One of the questions I get asked quite often is, what AI are you using? What are you doing with AI in your business? What have you tested out? And when I found out about this particular tool, Easy, it really brought to light the difference between understanding the power of having this agentic support system as opposed to having an AI platform like going to Claude and having one agent that you're interacting with, and that one agent's kind of the end all be all, versus having a whole brigade of AI agents that are truly best in class at what they do. So my ears perked when I heard about this and I tested it out for myself. It's incredible. It is truly incredible. It has literally exponentially increased productivity. I will caveat by saying that I am not a software developer. I'm not a tech head by any means. I know enough to be dangerous on how to use AI, but I really wanted to take it to the next level and see how can I integrate, how can I create an infrastructure. And I'm going to tell you the journey that I've been on and show you why this is so different. All right, so here we go. Okay, so the first thing, I'm just showing you an example of AI infrastructure that I used to build. I would do it in this tool called N8N. And it was really helpful in order to understand the power of automation and what it could do for your business. However, the caveat is it's not necessarily super user friendly to put this together. And if you look at it, each of these little blocks becomes a task that you have to do. Like you have to connect this particular thing to something else. And I wanted to get alerts in Slack for this particular initiative. And so it took me quite a while to build. And inevitably, whenever I'd have to hit this execute the workflow, I'd be like, oh my God, please work, nothing breaks. So through trial and error, I figured out how to use it, but it's not necessarily the easiest thing to use. And so if you see here, once you click in here, you're going into all these other elements that you have to connect. The problem with N8N is that you can say, okay, good, I'm done with my workflow. I have my infrastructure set up. And you kind of just go about your day. And what happens is sometimes there's one of these little blocks that stops working, but you don't necessarily know because it hasn't alerted you per se. But this is what happened to me when I was focusing on different tools. I would want Slack updates because we use Slack quite a bit in my business, and it just stopped working. And it wasn't until weeks later I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that it stopped working. So it just goes to show you that you don't necessarily, once you're done with it, it's a done deal. So then I'd come back to these types of things and I'd spend so much time trying to figure out what broke, how did it break, and then how do I fix it. So it kind of became this part-time job in me putting these types of things together and then recognizing what's going on that I don't know about that I should know. And it was just robbing me of a lot of time. And then the other one that I was using a lot is Claude. And Claude is really great. But again, I was operating within the Claude confines. Now, please know, I totally believe that it's a brilliant tool. And I started to create some AI agents in there through Claude Cowork. But again, I recognize the back end of what had to be created. I was really responsible. I kind of became the filing cabinet for the whole thing and just organizing things. I'm like, gosh, there has to be an easier way, which is why I found Easy. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what I believe is a new way of doing things. This is incredible. So this is easy.one, and when you log in, you're going to see your own agents. They come in with preset agents. Now, I have not fully used all of the preset agents because I wanted to bring in my own information, my own processes, methodologies, things that I needed help with. But as you can see, right now I have about 40 agents that are working on my business. And remember, keep in mind, these are best in class at what they do. So any area that you can think of between marketing, research, specialist, design, sales, legal, etc. My chief of staff is Sloan, and she's the one that is really the conduit to what is happening. And so she's calling in along with the coordinator here. So this is the orchestrator of like who's going to do what. And as you can see, I have different agents for different types of tasks. So very, very simple. Let's say I want to do a webinar. Andy, the webinar lead, is the one that's going to be putting that together, but it also needs copywriting. So the copy chief here is going to take a look at copy. And again, it's taken since 2013, I've had all kinds of sales pages, emails, things like that I've developed personally that I wanted to feed into my AI agent. So it's really a reflection of me and my brand and what I do. As you could see, anything you can think of between a senior sales lead, Dwight. So that's a little homage to our favorite salesperson personality. We have Diana, pipeline analytics. There's a report writer. Chief legal eagle is Eve. And anytime I have something to pass through, I do it that way. There's Finn, who is in charge of growth strategy. I have Helena for brand strategy, and it goes on and on and on. What's really fantastic is that the outputs of what I get are really robust. And even the page that you see here for this page that I built together, it was created with my agents. Had an idea in the morning, and I said to Sloan, I'm like, hey, Sloan, I want to build this page. So these are the recent chats, right? The automations that are put in place, as well as there are tasks that are running that Sloan's in charge of now that are automated. For example, I wanted to build this easy.one affiliate landing page and video. So that gets set up pretty easily with the help of Sloan, and she brings in the right types of agents to make it happen. And you can see the whole orchestration of agents are called in appropriately. Asking, I'm like, hey, I have this morning brief that I had created with N8N and it stopped working. So I went in and I said, Sloan, I have this skill that I built and it's done in 8 Can you fix it? So this is an important distinction. It's self-healing, meaning if something breaks with what's developed, I could just say, hey, Sloan, this isn't working. Why isn't it working? And then she brings in the right type of people to figure it out. I don't have to do it. That in and of itself is massive, massive. So for example, in this morning brief that I had in my Slack, it stopped working. And I said, hey, I want to get this back working. She's like, why are you doing it in N8N? We could just do it in here. So she prescriptively, if I should say, said, why do it that way? We can do it here. I had a bunch of automations in Zapier. She's like, you don't need to do it that way. You can just do it here. So it's really brought to light understanding that the more I give this, the right kind of context that I give it, the more robust it's becoming. And it's really, really exceptional how it really now understands my brand tone, the personality, what I like to see, my style of communication, the problem solving aspects of it. And it has been massively helpful. So I absolutely love it. I don't use Zapier anymore. Oh, I do want to make note. We use Go High Level in my business, and Sloan is in my Go High Level now. And so for the opportunity pipelines, those were very much a mess. And I said, well, how can we make it better? So it strategically brings in the right agents to say, hey, let's make this better for you, and has really cleaned up our GHL game. So it really becomes your team that interfaces with your CRM, any other tools that you could think of. I needed some help with my website. So I said, hey, can you go over to WordPress and help me with that? And she took a look, and it's just really incredible what's happening. I highly recommend easy.one. Right below, you can see more information on the different levels. You could have just the one workspace. If you have other people on your team, they recommend that each person have their own workspace, and then that could be connected together. It makes your whole team more efficient. Or you can have a solo plan if you're a solopreneur, just have a VA or something like that, and it'll really maximize the potential of what this could do for you. But it has saved a tremendous amount of time. It's simplified things because all I do is go in there. I have my task list, I have my to-dos, and we're just like checking off all the things that are fully optimizing my business, which is really, really exciting. I love the self-healing aspect of it. I think that's the biggest thing, is why something isn't working. I no longer have to figure it out. It'll do it automatically, which is really, really great. And then the team, there's customer support. So if you're an agency, you wanted to white label this and offer it to your clients, you could do that. I just don't want to be responsible for customer support. Easy.one has a phenomenal customer support system that takes care of that. They're good people, great operation, really forward thinking, and just the excitement that's happening with all the other functionality that is being added on a weekly basis is astounding. The other thing is the affiliate link. When you buy below, it is an affiliate link. I do get paid a commission for it. It doesn't cost you anymore. And in exchange, as a bonus, I have a couple of things to offer you. The one thing that I have been preaching forever is the importance of positioning, the power of positioning, just how fundamentally important that is. So right when you join Easy.one, prompts come into play and it starts asking you like, oh, tell me about your business and all these other things. It does a fine job, but I really believe that my playbook, when you have that playbook and you're answering the questions that it needs to answer, you can take that playbook, you can voice record everything. Get on a Zoom like this, read the question, answer the question, take the transcripts. That becomes your main document that you feed Easy, and then it has wonderful context about you. The more robust you make it, the stronger the foundation is. So the playbook that I have spells everything out, and I'm very, very confident in the value that it can provide to make your platform that much more powerful. So that's number one. You also get a 30-minute phone call with me to help answer any questions that I can, because I've been using this. I have been a power user at this point. You have no idea how much I've immersed myself in this world. And then the third thing is you also get a year of Chosen Authority Insider, which is a personal product of mine where I have a newsletter that goes out on a weekly basis. But not only that, you get a personalized report on your brand and how it's showing up from an AEO perspective and what you could do. So that customized report, you get one customized report a month. You also get to hang out with me every month in a group call that I do to help answer any questions that anybody has. And that is every single month you get Chosen Authority Insider for one whole year. It's a $500 value. The call with me is a $300 value, and the amazing playbook that, again, don't put a price on it, but I think it's actually priceless because it gives such a strong foundation to get your AI platform set up the right way. That is my recommendation. This is the AI I use. This entire page was created by my AI agent staff, and I can't imagine me not having this tool as part of my business. It's been that fantastic. Any questions come up all the way at the bottom. You can contact me via WhatsApp so I can help answer any questions. Thanks for checking it out.